Hey there, y'all. This is Stacy Phillips, and this is my video log for Monday, October 1st, 2013. It has been a week or so, I think, at least since I video logged last. I went to the dermatologist and I got a couple of, precancerous skin patches frozen off. So I didn't intentionally put it together that I wasn't vlogging because of that, but I think now looking back, every time I looked in the mirror, it was like, oh, oh, go away. It could have been why I didn't make it a priority. So, anyway, I apologize. It's been about a week or so since I did my last video log. So here I am. But last week I prepared for a retreat that I went on over this last weekend. And it was really kind of cool because this is the first time that I've gone on like a retreat type experience. It was a ladies' retreat in Williams, Arizona at Lost Canyon Ranch. It's a Young Life ranch, but I guess it's an annual ladies' retreat that a lot of churches get together and do once a year. And so our church was within the groups. It was our church, Mission, it was Cornerstone in Chandler, and then a church in Moab and a church from Levine. And so we were all together over the weekend, and it was really neat. There were about 400 of us ladies there. And it was the first retreat in my memory that I went as a healthy weight individual. And not only a healthy weight individual, but a healthy mind individual as far as, what I would call fat brain or a fit and healthy mind that I've taken really time to develop over the last several years, and with intentionality developed a fit and healthy mind to go along with my fit and healthy body. Thank you, Dr. A. Thank you, Dr. A's Habits of Health. So, and thank you to my health coach, who I have talked to just about every week for the last 2 years. She's an invaluable. What does invaluable mean anyway? Every time I say that word, I know what I think it means. It means that she's so valuable, I can't calculate how valuable she is. But then when I think of the word invaluable, it's almost like I'm saying she's not valuable. So, which is not what I'm saying. So, she's a very, very valuable resource to me and a good friend. And so I wanted to take a moment and thank her for always being available to me as my health coach. So, because even we health coaches have health coaches, and so on and so on. So that's how the beauty of the system works. But I digress. We went to the retreat, and again, it was the first retreat that I've really been on where I felt like I wasn't, because I've been on various retreats before where I've, say, been dieting, or I've been not dieting. I've been overweight, or in various stages of being overweight, and just trying my hardest to stay away from the goodies, and feeling a little bit bad if I had some ice cream, or something. See, I shouldn't, I can't have that, and feeling left out if my food plan did not include the yummy things that were provided. Our cabin had a snack table that had all sorts of good things, and they had healthy things on there too. I was really impressed. There were nuts, and there's a bag of baby carrots and things like that. But there were also, of course, the circus animal cookies and the marshmallows, and the candy and the cookies and the things like that. Where in the past, had I been confronted with that, what I would have considered temptation 24/7, you couldn't get away from it. I would have white-knuckled it the whole way through the weekend and just used all of my strength and energy of willpower to try and stay away from it. And this last weekend, I didn't experience any of that. And I'm just so thankful for the contrast between how I used to think and how I used to feel in those situations, and how I feel now. And if I can describe to you how I felt this weekend, I felt completely in control, I guess. Not only in control, but those things were not even a draw to me. I was trying to explain to one of the ladies who was asking me, what like, isn't it hard to be around all of this stuff? And I say, it's actually not, because that's not my food. It doesn't even appeal to me. The junk does not even appeal to me. For me, I wouldn't want to put that in my body at this point. And not just because of how hard I've worked to get here, but because I've kind of really wrapped my brain around the fact that that kind of food has no value in my life. Absolutely none. I've been down that road before. I've been down that road many times where I've held up the food almost as like an idol, where it's been in control of me and it's been in control of my actions and my thoughts and my strength and my, where I was giving it so much attention, even if it was attention I was giving it so as not to eat it. And now I didn't experience any of that this weekend. I really felt whole. I really felt in control. I felt no draw to the yummy stuff, because I want, and I have, and I want to continue to pursue yummy, yummy health. I cannot tell you how freeing it is to be in a position, and I'm not saying, I've arrived and I've got it all together. But I am saying that I noticed a real difference this retreat in how I felt. And it was so cool because, in the dining room, they have all the tables, and, so many women packed in there, and 8 people around every table, and so many tables in there, and you're always wondering, am I going to be able to get through, if you have to weave your way to go to the coffee station or weave your way over to the restroom, am I going to be able, how do I get to the outside perimeter as quickly as possible so that I don't have to weave through the tables, because am I going to fit? Or when you're going in the auditorium and you're having to find your seat and walk in front of women like a movie theater, do you present your belly to their face or your bum? These are all questions that I used to really, have to think about in these situations. And this trip was so freeing because I'm a healthy weight, and I didn't even think about going down the aisle which side I was going to present to them, because nothing was right in their face. So, and I could slip through the chairs in the dining room just very quickly and very easily. People didn't even have to rearrange themselves or move up their chairs for me to get by. It was so wonderful. And it's taken years to get here, and really intentional changing my mind to reading Dr. A's Habits of Health. But what a valuable resource. And I encourage, any of you who would like to start on your journey to optimal health, email me. My email is stacymichelephillips@gmail.com. That's Stacy Michelle Phillips, StacyMichelle, Phillips with 2 L's, also at gmail.com. No spaces, no dots, no underscores, just all one word, Stacy Michelle Phillips. And if you don't already have a health coach, I would love to be yours if you're not already in the Take Shape for Life system. If you are in the Take Shape for Life system and you have a health coach, maybe you haven't connected with them for a while, give them a call, send them an email, let them know that you're ready to re-engage and start this process of becoming healthy, because they are there for you. And so utilize them. So one last thing I want to close with. On Saturday morning, our speaker, she did a talk on honoring our bodies and not filling them with junk, which I thought was so appropriate for our audience, not because, everyone else was doing that, not because of that, but because it's something that's not really said these days from the front. I don't know if pastors and preachers are just a little bit too afraid to broach the subject or whatnot, but when we're in an atmosphere of just women and we're in that safe atmosphere and it's coming from a woman, I think that it was just a wonderful time, a wonderful place to really say that to people, and they'd be open to it. But one of the verses that she quoted was Ecclesiastes 10:16, and Ecclesiastes was written by King Solomon, and he was widely known as being the wisest man in the world. Rulers would come from different parts of the world just to sit with him and talk with him, because of his wisdom was just renowned and just given by the Lord. So anyway, this verse says, woe to you, O land, whose king was a servant and whose princes feast in the morning. And then our speaker just read verse 17. Blessed are you, O land, whose king is of noble birth, and whose princes eat at a proper time for strength and not for drunkenness. I thought that was classic. I'm going to read it one more time. Ecclesiastes 10:17. Blessed are you, O land, whose king is of noble birth, and whose princes eat at a proper time for strength and not for drunkenness. Wow. I couldn't wrap that up any better than that verse, because that is actually what my eating plan, the eating plan that I utilized, the Medifast 5 and 1, is. I mean, we eat at a proper time. We eat for strength, for fuel, not for drunkenness, indulgence, whatever improper use that people utilize food for. A carb high, a sugar high, like a drug. That's, I never knew that verse was in there till this weekend, and it really made a lot of sense to me. So the wisdom of that, and that's from the wisest man in the whole world, King Solomon. So anyway, have a great rest of your week. Sorry for the delay in the video log. I went extra long for you today, so to make up for it. And just email me if you have any questions at stacymichelephillips@gmail.com. Once again, I've lost 140 pounds, and I've kept the majority of that off for over almost 2 years now. I lost 130, kept it off, and now I'm just down about 10, 15 more since then. So it is doable. It is possible. There is hope, and reach out for support. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.